G'day and welcome to another video with Better Pics. Hope this finds you well. Just a quick video today on some dodging and burning techniques through Photoshop, and we're going to be looking at non-destructive ways of this process. I have created a video in the past. It was an image of a waterfall in one of the national parks nearby, but just wanted to give you another example of technique of dodging and burning using layers, which of course means that the image edits are non-destructive, which is always a good thing because it means you can revisit them or get rid of them altogether. Alright, let's get stuck into it. So we have an image here that I photographed in Rome a couple of years ago, and you can see that there's some brighter parts with the sky, some sort of mid-tones with the buildings and the wall over on the right hand side here, but there's some quite dark sections on the left hand side as well. I've made some minor adjustments in Adobe Camera Raw and opened this image as a smart object, which obviously, as you've seen in previous videos, would give us some options around editing this image. But I just wanted to show that with the use of layers in Photoshop, you can still achieve that look of or that process of dodging and burning different areas. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go up to our adjustments. If you can't see your adjustments tab here, you just need to go up to Window and Adjustments and make sure that that one's ticked, and if it's ticked then it will appear. Alright, so we're just going to go to Curves and we're going to increase the exposure of the image, but I just want to increase it keeping focus on this left hand part of the image, which was a little bit darker. I'm not going to worry about the brightness of the rest of the image. I just want to have a look at the left hand side because that's the area that I'm wanting to brighten. You can see that by applying that curves adjustment, it's created a separate curves layer and it has a mask there. Alright, yep, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. You can see we've lost a little bit of detail in the sky, but we'll be able to take care of that in a little bit. I'm just going to minimize that curve there so that it's not obstructing our view of the image. So you can see now with that curve and that mask, currently the mask is white, which means that any curve adjustment is going to show through fully. So what you can do is, if you just hit Alt and Delete, it will make that mask completely black, which means that adjustment doesn't show through. Now, if you select your brush tool, which the shortcut is B, that's going to allow us to brush in. I'm just going to swap over the foreground color there to white. If we paint in some white, it means that the areas that we're painting in on that mask will allow that curve adjustment to show through. Now, because we've made an increase in brightness, that means we're going to be increasing the brightness of whatever area that we remove that mask from. This is a form of dodging. Alright, so if we just paint that through, you can see that it's coming through quite strong. Currently the opacity is at 73%. I'm just going to go back one step and I'm going to drop that a little bit more, maybe down to around 35% or 34%. And I'm just going to gently paint that in, and you can see that it's giving me a lot more control over how that adjustment comes through. Now each time I click, it will apply a little bit more of that brush and the effect will come through a little bit stronger. Now, burning, which is generally defined as darkening an image, if we do exactly the same and drop that curve down to darken the image, and again if we Alt Delete, this time it's Control Delete based on what our background and foreground color is. And if we then look at painting in the sky, we'll see that we'll be able to darken the sky somewhat, which at the moment was a little bit bright. So you can see by using those layers and those adjustment curves and then painting in different areas of those masks associated with those adjustment curves, we can control the brightness or the dodging and burning of different parts of the image. If we remove both of those layers, you can see going back to the original image, quite bright in the sky and quite dark in this section. You can see that first layer, we've brightened up that left hand side, and the next layer we've darkened down that sky a little bit. So overall the image brightness, highlight and shadow areas are a little bit closer to each other. That's one technique, and thankfully non-destructive technique of dodging and burning within Photoshop. it certainly is flexible, which is a great thing. Nice thing too is if you save this image as a PSD or as a TIFF with layers intact, you can revisit those layers and make further adjustments if you want to. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I hope this video has been helpful. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments below. Otherwise, look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, take care.